Alright, what's up guys? So, I have a really good trade breakdown review video for you today. It's about 1 o'clock here. We just finished up doing some things and working, and now had to let the dew dry off on the fields. But so we're out here now, and I'll show you guys. We're about to start haying up here. Sorry the sun's a little bright out here. I can't really see what you guys can see just yet. But I got my father-in-law here in this tractor. He's about to start raking. And anyways, he was trading with me this morning and was able to come away with, a couple $100. So a really nice day for him. And all in all, just a really, really fun, active day. And I'm going to put a lot of effort in this breakdown video. There was a lot of things moving and shaking today. And, just all around a good time. So I hope you guys enjoy this trade review video. And we'll jump to the charts. Alright, what's up guys, Eric here. And doing a trade review breakdown video. I did not have time to do one yesterday, unfortunately, but I did go ahead and snap a screenshot of my P&L there from yesterday. And that was $2,940. You can see, took the screenshot 7:17 last night. Was working kind of late there, but did not have time to get that video done, unfortunately. But I am going to do one today from the trades I took today. Realized P&L on that ends up being $1,629 there. You can see here's my daily P&L, $1,629. And I've got 3 winners, 2 losers on the day. Oddly enough, my 2 losers, the $104 and the $140. The $140 loser was Nasdaq futures, and the $104 loser was Russell futures. But interestingly enough, I thought it was a very, very tricky day. So if you came away with, break even or a little bit of profits, then I think you did really, really well on the day. Followed up by, yesterday's big move to the upside. Now, the most that I saw my P&L up today was about $2,800, somewhere around there. And I'll be honest with you, I actually got a little bit greedy, and I wanted to try and beat yesterday's number of the $2,900 there in order to just kind of top that and then make the video. And that was about where we ticked out on the top end, was that 2,500, 2,800, somewhere around there. And then we kind of backslid into my stops there at 1,600. So I did get a little greedy there. It does happen from time to time. But I have a rule set in place where I'm not going to give back more than half of my open profits on the day, and I did not do that. Now, let's talk here about this $891 winner here, and I'll show you the charts here in just a second. That was on some IWM call options. So instead of trading the Russell futures, which I lost $104 on this morning, I went ahead and stepped into some IWM calls. Those worked out for $891. The $647 winner here, those were QQQ calls. So I was losing money, $140 here on the Nasdaq, and was able to make, $647 there in the QQQ 179.50 calls is what I traded there. And then this $336 winner right here was in the Dow futures. So I traded Nasdaq, Russell, and Dow today. Did not touch the S&Ps. And overall ended up being a fairly decent day, but it was not an easy day. So let's take a look at the charts here and kind of break down, what it was that I was watching for and what I initially wanted to see. Now, I do have losers. It happens. It's going to happen to you if it hasn't already, which if it hasn't, then you're just lying to yourself or just lying to me, one of the two, because you're going to have losers in this business. It's just a matter of, being able to mitigate those losers, and make your winners bigger. So what I wanted to see here first thing this morning was I was watching in the S&Ps for a pullback to 2804.75s here. I was watching in the Nasdaq here for a pullback to 74.02s, and we ended up getting that move, and I got long Nasdaq and stopped out. So the initial idea that I had on the day did not work. My goal was to get long Nasdaq. I thought Nasdaq had the largest move potential given that it's at new all-time highs, and I wanted to kind of establish a swing position there, which you can see we're up here about 6.5 points in after hours. It's currently 8:01 in Central Standard Time here, and that didn't work, right? So initial trade of the day was a stop on the Nasdaq here, and then I also took a stop on the Russell. So when Nasdaq came down here right at 955, you can see we get an arrow in the Nasdaq, and we're right at that 74.02 level, and the Russell doesn't put in new lows just yet, right? The Russell here is holding these lows, 1684.60s there. Those prior lows down here ended up being 83.70s. So I went ahead and established a small Russell position there, which ultimately stopped as well. So I went ahead and kind of took a look at my game plan, which was to buy this pullback here, and I started to see that that's not working. So I just sat on my hands for a bit and started to be patient. And I had another level down here, 73, 76.50s in the Nasdaq, that if we broke 74.02s, that's where we could potentially go to. And we didn't get there on the day, obviously, as you can see. But as this started to set up here, we started to get new highs here in the Dow, and I have a level in place at 25,124 in the Dow. And for me, this level is, okay, if we can get above here, then we've got some room to run. So I went ahead and bought this pullback right here, 25,111 on the Dow futures. That's what led, it was just a single contract, and that's what led to that $336 in profits there on the Dow that I showed you guys. So this was anticipation, okay, 10:15. Everything at this moment in time was putting in new lows. We didn't have signals in place except for the Russell over here, right? So we got a signal in place in the Russell. We put in new lows there. We put in new lows in the Nasdaq, and we're putting in new lows in the S&Ps. And the Dow's just kind of getting a pullback here, looking like it's going to hold. And the Dow was the leader on the day here in terms of the rally that took place, at least in my opinion. So I went ahead and established just one little futures contract right there, 25,111, and ended up getting out of this somewhere up here. I think it was 25,179, 178 maybe, somewhere up in here, after we failed on this new high breakout there, and came back down here under this pivot. So that's what I did in the Dow, and that was a pretty easy trade. I put the position on, put stops beneath this bar. I think my stops were at like 91s. I think I gave it 20 points there, and then worked that stop up. As this bar was formed here, the low ended up being 99s, and then moved my stop up here under the 110s, and then just continued to trail my stop up on a pivot basis there until I got taken out up here at 179, 178. I don't remember exactly what the fill price was on the stop there, but either way, that's what I did in the Dow. Now, when I came into the Nasdaq the next time and the Russell the next time, I took an options position. Now, I did this for two reasons. One, I wasn't having a good day trading the futures, and in the Russell and the Nasdaq, I was down about $250 there between the two. And I also wanted the potential to hold it for a swing if the opportunity presented itself. And I do like to swing the options, sometimes more so than the futures. So right here at 10:35, when we came down and broke this low in the Nasdaq, I was watching this really, really closely. This is about an hour into the trading day. This is still Eastern Standard Time on my charts. When we broke through this low, this prior low here was 83.25, we immediately formed this signal right here. And when that happened, I looked and I saw, okay, the Russell just made new lows. The Nasdaq just made new lows. We put in a signal, right? The Dow did not make new lows, right? Which is obvious here. The strongest market on the day here, holding 25,124s there. And then the S&Ps over here did not put in new lows either. So this prior low was 0675. This low ended up being 07. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is now my new position, or new area to purchase. And I went ahead and bought the QQQ 179.50 calls, and then at the same time I bought the IWM 167 calls for today. Now, I rode those up here somewhere up in this range in the Nasdaq. I did a pivot trailing up here, and that was good for, like I said, the $800 and some there, and $600 and some. Let me see, $891 here on the Russell, and $647 there in the Qs. I don't want to tell you guys inaccurately there. And the Russell was up into kind of this zone in here, and then, like I said, the Nasdaq here was cut loose. I think actually ended up trailing out right under here. So I was able to capture this from about, call it 85s up to about 05s, give or take a few points there, because I was trading the options as opposed to the futures. So the point I want to get across here in relation to the divergence and the setups that I had today is that you can use this to trade futures, you can use this to trade stocks, you can use it to trade the options on these individual underlyings here, whether it's the QQQ or the IWM, SPY, or the DIA for the Dow. And at the same time, you can also use this in identifying potential lows and highs of the day for picking up positions. I've done it before in Apple and Amazon, Google, Netflix, Baidu, something that's relative to whatever's putting in those potential lows or signals or highs with respect to the signal. So those were the trade reviews from today. That's pretty much all I did, and it was a little bit of a rocky start here. Like I said, I did not expect this tail here down to 91.75 that kind of took me out there. But all in all, it ended up working out. I stepped in with some size. We didn't get what I wanted to see, but this divergence play was really, really clean. And I'm not focused on these sell divergences at the moment, right? The market's in a bull market. We're going higher, and I'm looking to buy pullbacks, and I'm using this divergence in order to find myself some entries. And over the past 2 days, it's good for almost $5,000, give or take a little bit there. I want to say 56 inch or 46 and change, 40, almost 47, something like that. So overall, a pretty decent week so far. It's only Wednesday. I do think we're gonna have some more action here into the end of the week. But anyways, that's what I've got. Leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Let me know what you want to see more of, whether it's trade management. Maybe you want to see some live trades, which I'm not going to be able to do right now because I'm on the laptop. But once I do get back home, I can do some more of those. But like I said, just feel free. Leave me those comments. Leave me those thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't like the video, then unsubscribe. If you have not subscribed, click the subscribe button. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Take care. I'll see you on the next video, and trade safely.